Today, I brought you a special guest. We're going to travel to France. Here's the chef, Benjamin, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
What's your last name?
My last name is Leblanc-Beaudoin.
Leblanc-Beaudoin.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so hard for me
No,
to
it's close. It's close. So we wanted to do something, you and I, that would be something fun for people to be able to understand at home, and recipes that they can create and even enjoy. We're going to be putting together a classic vanilla crème brûlée.
Crème brûlée?
Yes.
That's the best dessert.
That's right. We're going to demystify, we're going to make it a bit simpler for people to understand. For this recipe, I have half a liter of 2% milk and half a liter of 35% cream.
Okay.
This has been steeping, so a low simmer with vanilla bean. So
vanilla bean.
Yeah, so the vanilla bean has been cut in half. And so what's happening is we're essentially making tea. So the vanilla bean is infusing the milk and cream mixture, and that's what's going to add all this flavor to our wonderful dish. And we're going to separate some eggs.
Okay.
So we'll start with 6 eggs here.
Okay.
So we're going to separate the egg yolks from the egg whites.
Yeah.
And for this recipe, we're only going to use the egg yolks. I just tap the eggs one on the other so that what happens is that the flat surface of the egg will help it crack.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to add sugar to the egg yolks to blanch them. We're going to make the egg yolks white, and we're going to add some air with a whisk.
Okay.
But really what we want, and this is a very fine technique of French cuisine, you never put egg yolks on sugar. You always put the sugar on the egg yolks.
Huh.
Yeah, because otherwise it coagulates and it starts to cook the egg yolks if you were to put them on a surface of sugar. So I'm just going to quickly incorporate this, and as you can see, it's yellow. So what I want to do is add as much air into this to make it frothy, to make it airy, and really the thickness of mayonnaise.
Okay.
As I'm mixing the sugar and the egg, it's getting paler and paler as we go. So it's just creaming it. So we just want to make sure that the texture is nice and thick. Our milk mixture that has been, so we've brought it to a simmer.
Simmer, okay.
And we leave it at a simmer for about 15 minutes so that the vanilla can infuse the milk mixture.
The flavor, okay.
And then after that, we have to turn it off.
Okay.
Because if we mix hot milk with eggs, it'll make...
You cook it.
Exactly. So again, so we're going to cook the eggs.
Okay.
And really what will happen, it'll just be scrambled eggs with sugar and milk. So we definitely don't want that. It's critical to put it together from here to there once this has been steeped. So you really have to have this step done. So you could do this the day before, and then the day of that you're making your recipe, you can move on from this. It's just a little bit of milk, as I mentioned, to temper the eggs.
Okay, a little bit at a time.
Just a little bit at a time now.
Okay.
But what's important is now that we're not trying to add any air to this, we're just trying to incorporate it.
Incorporate.
So, because if we add air, it will add bubbles, and when we put it in our ramekin to put it in the oven, there'll be bubbles and they'll dissolve. Just mix it to make sure it's all incorporated.
Okay.
And that's our mixture. These ramekins are containers that are meant for this. So at the bottom of the ramekin, there's a little line. That's the guide. So don't put more than what that line allows.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll just pour that in there.
Okay.
Now we have to put it in a water bath so that the steam from the water in the pan will help cook. So we'll put it in the oven for 1 hour at 300 degrees. A quarter of the ramekin, just to say, because a dry heat will bake it like a cake.
How you get rid of those bubbles?
So to start, so this is what we use to finish the torch. But if you just bring a little bit of heat to the bubbles, it'll take those bubbles away right now. So you'll see. Whoop,
wow. Here you go.
Gone.
Amazing.
You take it out right away, and then you let it sit at room temperature.
Okay.
You let it sit out until it reaches room temperature.
Okay.
And then you refrigerate it for another 2 hours.
Looks beautiful. Look at the color.
So we'll just add a little spoonful of sugar on here.
Okay. A teaspoon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just the regular sugar there.
Regular sugar.
Nothing special. So I'm just going to spread the sugar around just like that. And then as I'm only going to burn the middle.
Only the middle.
Right. So I'm aiming to the middle, and then the sugar will bead off, and I'm turning it so it'll go on the sides like that. You see?
Excellent. Look at that. caramelize.
That's right.
Make it crispy.
So brûlée in French means burnt.
Burn is the brûlée.
Brûlée, yeah, so there you go. So it's very simple to do. It's something that
Yes.
you can make yourself at home or for friends. It's just a matter of having the right steps and not going
Okay.
too fast. You need to take your time. But what you want,
Oh my God, like a stone now.
that's right. So you want the crust on there. So that's
Right on.
that's the delicacy of it. So you have to crack it and then take a spoonful.
Can
Two
you hear
different
me?
textures,
Yeah,
right?
Can you
Yeah.
hear?
Oh, yeah.
Crunchy, crunchy. Excellent. Give me a hug. I hope I see you
Yes.
again.